Superhero stories are all about wish fulfillment and living vicariously through larger-than-life deeds of the hero in question. And that's never been more true than in the trailer for the film that we're talking about today. What's up, everybody? I'm Josh Meek, the Uber Geek. This is Pretty Dece, your daily entertainment and pop culture show. And today we are talking about the trailer for Shazam, which is the upcoming DC Comics superhero film. This trailer dropped at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend. And I was initially very skeptical about the Shazam film because it's starring Zachary Levi. Now, Zachary Levi is best known for his role as the kind of Geek Squad-esque unlikely spy star of the TV show Chuck. And it's that I wasn't skeptical because I was worried about Levi as an actor. In fact, I think he's great. He's a fantastic comedic actor. Chuck is a great show. Other things that I've seen him in are really great. I generally like him as an actor. I just didn't really know what they were going for putting him in this superhero role. And more importantly, shots that I'd seen of Levi in the Shazam costume that had kind of leaked out looked ridiculous. It was all very plastic looking. He looked very goofy and silly. So I wasn't really sure kind of what to think of that. But now I understand that that is entirely the point. That's kind of the basis for what they're aiming to achieve in this film, is like ridiculous, kind of over-the-top looking, cheesy superheroes. Shazam is a unique hero. If you don't know anything about Shazam and you haven't seen this trailer, Shazam is very unique in that it is a superhero that is actually a kid. He's a kid that becomes a grown man when he says a magic word, that magic word being Shazam. So the young kid, Billy, is suddenly kind of granted the body of a god, and he becomes Shazam. He becomes this buff, grown superhero that has insane powers, these kind of Superman-esque powers. He can fly, he can stop bullets. Very, very cool stuff. But in his kind of personality inside, he's still a child. He's living this most insane fantasy out. Every other superhero is at least an adult that then becomes a superhero, but Shazam is a child that gets thrust into this world. So there's a lot of directions that you can go with this Shazam type story, but it's really, this is all about kind of the joy that comes from a kid getting thrown into this world. Everyone assumes that a buff dude in this superhero costume is going to be all business, so much of the humor in the film is going to come from the juxtaposition of Billy acting like a child while appearing like a no-nonsense adult superhero. And frankly, that's amazing. We've never seen anything like that, and this trailer, I watched it a couple times, has some really just hilarious little moments that come from that humor and that kind of juxtaposition. There are great moments with Shazam trying to figure out his powers and how to use them, and there's kind of training sequences that go therein. There's a wonderful little kind of offline where Shazam kind of hits on a chick, basically. He's like, "What's up? I'm a superhero," which is exactly what a kid in high school would do if he became a grown adult superhero. There's a great scene where Billy, as Shazam, very giddily discovers that he's bulletproof in the middle of an armed robbery. And just in general, lots of really funny moments involving kind of the cockiness that would naturally come with a kid in this situation. Really, this trailer is just pure joy through and through. And while we've had superhero movies in the past that have been very funny, like there have been movies that have been focused on the humor, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like Ant-Man, this seems like it'll be on a completely different level. In fact, this trailer feels a bit more like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie than it does a superhero film. It's about the kids figuring out this world that they're thrown into and making the mistakes and going through that act of discovery. Then maybe it seems like it'll be about the superheroics. And frankly, I think that's really awesome, and I'm really excited to see some of the things that they do with that. And I feel like that it is much needed kind of in the slate of the other DC movies that we've gotten so far, which are generally darker films, generally across the board kind of darker and grittier than the Marvel movies. This is a really cool addition to that world, focusing on kind of a completely different subject with a completely different tone. I'm very, very excited. Hopefully the film can deliver on a villain that's equally as compelling as the main character is from the trailer. We get maybe a little hint of a bad guy in the trailer, but most of it focuses on Billy and Shazam himself. So, you know, Shazam isn't really known for like the coolest of villains, so hopefully they can figure out something that you know, feels worth fighting for. But the core of the movie is definitely going to be the discovery of your powers as Shazam. And I'm definitely all in on that part so far. So this movie comes out in 2019. We'll get to see it April 5th, 2019. And really, I cannot wait to see more about this movie. So that's going to do it for Pretty Dece for today. Thank you very much for joining me to talk about Shazam. If you like this show and you want to see more, new episodes of Pretty Dece premiere weekdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/PrettyDeceShow. You can also check out the daily episodes on the podcast feed and the YouTube channel. You can find that at PrettyDeceShow.com/video. Finally, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Pretty Dece Show.